The arts function as a medium or a language or a voice to allow people to express themselves. Sometimes they express themselves through their practice of art. Sometimes they find satisfaction and fulfillment by engaging with someone else's expression. So going to the theater or going to an exhibition. When people can't find their voice in the work that is presented, if they can't find their voice or don't feel that they're engaged in a conversation, there's something definitely missing in their lives. The Canada Council has an obligation to the people of Canada, because after all, we are funded by the people of Canada, to ensure as much as possible that the people of Canada's voices are reflected in the conversations that the Canada Council makes possible through its funding, through its art support, through the organizations that we fund, the artists that we fund, etc. So people ask the question very reasonably, are there biases in that conversation? There are definitely biases in this conversation. Historically, in the history of the Canada Council, it was initially very male, for example. It was male voices that were featured in the Canada Council, and in the 1970s there was a very, very necessary shift in the Canada Council's practices to say, well, we need to bring in another 50% of the population of Canada into the conversation that constitutes arts practice in this country. We know that discussion has changed from decade to decade, and the importance of bringing in voices from other cultural backgrounds, bringing in voices from Aboriginal Canadians, bringing in voices from new generations, bringing in voices from isolated parts of the country, the North, Nunavut, various new kinds of practices, and most recently, trying to bring more forcefully into this conversation the voices of artists with disabilities and artists who are deaf. This is a very significant part of the progress that the Canada Council has had the opportunity to make possible through its constant advancement and development of greater diversity in the practices that it supports.